This is the PM go-to, and then this is the AM go-to.
So that's morning and that's night.
That's right. This is the way I go to work each day. There's a couple of servos here, and so I sort of know them all intimately. Everything we're talking about here I'm ashamed of, but one of the things is I take it in turns, going to different servos to lessen the exposure to these guys so they don't always see me walking and doing dumb things.
When do you start to notice these urges come up? Is it as soon as you leave home?
Yeah, it's interesting. 1,000 times I've tried to recall what was I thinking before, and I can never think of anything. I just, all of a sudden I've got an empty packet in my hand and go, what
Just
have you
on
done?
autopilot.
Just on autopilot.
This is really common. Really
I
common.
did not think you were going to say that, I've got to tell you.
Didn't you? See,
No, I thought I was on my own in that part.
a lot of people that I work with feel as though they're crazy when it comes to food. So this is one of the servos, John?
This is one of the servos, yeah.
We all like a treat every now and again. But some of us eat sometimes foods more than sometimes.
Okay, Glenn. This is the PM go-to, and then this is the AM go-to.
So that's morning and that's night.
That's right.
The kilojoules from John's snacks are more than 1.5 times the recommended daily intake.
How does it make you feel after?
It's always have like a hangover. They talk about the guilt complex and have that in spades.
Just feel terrible afterwards.
Mate, you just go, what have you done? Why have you done that?
One of the reasons emotional eaters struggle to stop is because there are two parts of the mind involved in making decisions about food: your impulsive self and your rational self.
Part of this we know is emotional for you,
Yep.
and emotions increase the impulsive system.
Yep.
Part of this is habit. You form these habits over decades,
Yep.
and habit increases the impulsive system. The other thing is that these foods are specifically designed to target your impulsive system.
I certainly don't go and buy a salad, that's for sure.
You certainly, yeah. The food industry creates what we call hyper-palatable foods.
Yeah.
So high fat, high salt, high sugar foods that are designed to put you in that unconscious eating mode.
We're going to start the process of rewiring John's brain.
So I'd like you to try an activity that psychologists call free association writing.
Yeah.
And this is the simplest thing in the world.
The dreaded pen and paper, here we go.
The dreaded pen and paper.
Okay.
All I want you to do is just keep this with you and just start to journal what is going on for you before you go into the servo.
So what do I do? Just write anything?
Just write whatever's coming to your mind, any of your thoughts, any of your feelings, which can be obviously a challenge in and of itself if you're used to smothering these feelings with food, but those emotions are there anyway.
Yep.
So you're never going to do any harm. We're just going to bring them out to where you can start to deal with them.
Okay.
Journaling should help John to connect with his emotions. But there are also other strategies he can use to break his binging habit.
It might be talking to someone on the way home, driving a new way home, saying, you know what, when I get into the servo, I'm going to go for a walk for 5 minutes and then come back and see what I want to do. And so what I want you to do is really just have a play. And the reality is we don't know which ones are going to take hold.
So the part that I'm really worried about is when I don't have the conscious thought first, I just go and do it on the automatic pilot.
The setbacks, we already know you're going to have them.
Yeah.
And that means nothing. Every time you repeat these new behaviours, you're creating those new highways in your brain. Yep. So you just got to persist and have faith. I think you can do this.
I'm going to try.
I've got my fingers crossed that this advice will help John beat his battle with food.